Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Quarto 1.5 has just been released. Feels like it isn't all that long ago since we got 1.4. They've definitely been working hard adding new features. Not quite as big a list as last time, but still some pretty neat stuff. So here we've got the announcement, and we can see first up they've added CSS to typist. This is a really nice little addition if you're trying to do some formatting to get your documents to look a particular way. You can see here the link to the beautiful tables. I've done my own video looking at great tables for Python, something they released fairly recently. So I'll link that up as well as this announcements page as well, so you can go down that rabbit hole looking at the different CSS announcements that they've previously made. Next up, we've got improved website draft support. So you can see a number of new features there. This is probably a little bit more niche. If you have been using Quarto to make websites, then these extra draft features I think will be handy for you. Coming down, one that I think will be really handy for people who have been using Quarto for websites, and in fact could even be a selling point for people that have maybe been on the fence about using Quarto for their websites. They can now add announcement banners like the example they've got there. I think that's really nice. Adds something for people who are using this for websites that are a little bit more dynamic. I definitely have seen websites made with Quarto that look really great, but they tend to be fairly static things. And I think having this feature with the announcements, so it's a little bit more dynamic, having things that are changing up on the website a little bit more regularly, I think will be really useful. They've got the point there about having native Julia rather than using Jupyter. For those of you that are Julia users, that could be pretty handy. And the last item, and I actually think maybe one of the most valuable, is placeholder shortcodes. So if you've been working on documents, particularly big documents and collaborative documents, quite often you might have found, certainly I've found, that you'll need to be dropping placeholders in particular bits, either for someone else to come and do some work, perhaps you're waiting for data updates or things like that. And so just having these shortcodes, being able to drop in placeholders into your document for whatever content you are wanting to add, I think is a really handy feature. So those are all the new features for version 1.5. If you haven't updated Quarto for a while, you can look back at the previous video I did for the earlier versions. There were some pretty major things in there like dashboards. If you're still back on one of the older versions, you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. I'll be back really soon with more videos on stats, R, AI, and random stuff.